BetBlitz. Hello everyone, this is Mike with BetBlitz. Welcome back to your source for daily sports picks. Solid day yesterday, hitting all but one of our plays, but today's a new day and we are looking to set you up again with a few of some of the best picks on both PrizePicks as well as Underdog. If you're new to the channel, take a moment to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can have early access to our picks as soon as we post and before the lines get bumped. Also, take a moment and hit the like button. We do have a like goal for this video, and if this video gets above 200 likes, we will be dropping bonus picks in our next video, so take a moment and hit that like button. Also, at the end of this video, let us know down in the comment section below which of these picks you will be taking, as well as the ones you won't, and any other lines that you think have a great chance of hitting. That really helps the community out. And if the picks in this video aren't enough for you and you'd like access to even more picks, click our link in the description below to gain access to the outlet. These guys are the premier sports betting community, and right now you can gain access to them for 15% off when you use code BLITZ. These guys will get you right, so go give them a look. Today we will be getting into the NBA's Friday slate of games, so again, take a moment, hit that like button. If this video gets above 200 likes, in our next video we will be dropping bonus picks for you guys, so take a moment and hit that like button. For our first pick, we'll be under the PRA tab, and this time we'll be selecting Nikola Jokić for less than 52.5 PRA. Taking a quick look here on Outlier, and by the way, if you'd like to try Outlier for yourself, click our link in the description below to gain a free 7-day trial. We see that this is a line Nikola Jokić has actually failed to exceed in 6 of his last 10 games, nearly falling below in 7 of the last 10 games. Additionally, this is a line Jokić has failed to exceed in 50% of his last 20 games, and a line that on the season, Jokić has failed to exceed in over 50% of the games he's played. Additionally, this is a line that last season Nikola Jokić failed to exceed in over 50% of the games he played, both regular season and playoffs. Now, Nikola Jokić and the Denver Nuggets will be facing off against an Atlanta Hawks defense that this season has not been very good overall when it comes to defending against their opponent's PRA totals, middle of the league defensively when it comes to defending against their opponent's scoring and playmaking, and ranked near the bottom of the league when it comes to defending against their rebounding. However, when it comes to defending against the opponent's center position, the Atlanta Hawks are a lot better defensively, more average overall, not allowing too many points, rebounds, or assists to the position. Here's the Hawks' defensive numbers against opponent power forwards for those who want to see that as well. Overall, coming into this game, we do feel this line is a bit higher than it should be, and that Nikola Jokić ultimately will fall below it. Taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see that Nikola Jokić is getting a solid dose of minutes per game over his last 10 games, 36 minutes per game. And while Nikola Jokić is certainly more than capable of reaching this line within this allotted time, his minutes have not necessarily translated to an increase in his overall PRA total, again falling below this line in nearly 7 of the last 10 games he's played, as well as in the majority of the games he's played this season. Now, on his career, Nikola Jokić has been a phenomenal player, getting and filling up the stat sheet this season, 28, 12, and 11. Which is very impressive. However, coming into this game versus a pretty poor defensive team in the Atlanta Hawks, we are expecting a high chance of blowout in this game as well, which will also limit Nikola Jokic's minutes and his ultimate chance of reaching this line. So for all these reasons, we'll be taking Nikola Jokić for less than 52.5 PRA. Now for our next pick, we'll be headed over to the points tab, and this time we'll be selecting James Harden for more than 26.5 points. Taking a quick look here on Outlier, we see that this aligned James Harden has actually exceeded in 7 of his last 10 games. Additionally, this aligned Harden has exceeded in 55% of the 20 last games he has played. And on the season, this aligned James Harden has exceeded over 50% of the games he's played. Now, James Harden and the Los Angeles Clippers will be facing off against a Memphis Grizzlies defense that this season has not been very good overall when it comes to defending against their opponent's scoring, giving up a fair share of points per game to their opponents overall. And when it comes to defending against opponents' shooting guards, the Memphis Grizzlies are again ranked near the bottom of the league, giving up plenty of points to the position. Here's the Grizzlies' defensive numbers against opponent point guards for those who want to see that as well. Again, giving up a fair share amount of points to the position. But overall, coming into this game, we do like James Harden against this poor Grizzlies defense to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. Taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see that James Harden is getting a solid dose of minutes per game over his last 10 games, 34 minutes per game. And while he is not shooting as efficiently as we'd like to see him, 41% through his last 10 games, he still is getting up a fair share amount of attempts per game, over 19 per game in his last game, putting up 24 attempts and making 46% of his shots, which is not bad at all. And he is also shooting pretty solidly from behind the arc as well, nearly 11 attempts per game, shooting a solid 35% from behind the arc, and a very impressive 90% from the free throw line on nearly 11 attempts per game is also a nice little bonus for this line. So overall, coming into this game, we do like James Harden to have plenty of time as well as opportunity to reach this line. Now, on his career, James Harden has obviously been a prolific scorer, one of the best the NBA has ever seen. This season, a bit of a bump compared to his last few seasons, where he was in a bit of a scoring lull, but now looking more like the typical James Harden that we are accustomed to, close to 27 points per game through his first 21 games he's played. In coming into this game against a poor defensive team in the Memphis Grizzlies, we do like James Harden to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. So for all these reasons, we'll be taking James Harden for more than 27.5 points, or rather 26.5 points. Now, for those of you guys who are wisely making picks with Underdog as well, we want to share with you a couple of plays that we thought had a great chance of hitting, and that is Karl-Anthony Towns for higher than 0.5 double-doubles, as well as Jusuf Nurkic for lower than 0.5 double-doubles. If you guys like making picks on the traditional PRA stats, but would also like to have access to making picks on whether or not players get double-doubles, as well as triple-doubles, click our link in the description below and sign up for Underdog using code BETBLITZ, because when you do, you'll receive a free pick as well as 1,000 in bonus cash. And right now, Underdog has been going absolutely insane with all their free picks, discounted player props, as well as promos that they are dropping as gifts in your lobby on a day-to-day basis. In fact, right now, they will give you an additional $100 in bonus cash after you play 5. So make sure you guys are taking advantage of that and that you guys are not leaving any money on the table. We have been absolutely crushing it on Underdog with our picks. So make sure you guys are tailing us as well on Underdog if you guys are on Underdog already. And if you aren't, make sure you guys click our link in the description below and sign up using code BETBLITZ. Claim your free pick and bonus cash, and trust us, your profits will increase. And now for our next play, we will be under the PRA tab, and this time we will be selecting Deandre Ayton for less than 29.5 PRA. Taking a quick look here on Outlier, we see that this aligned Deandre Ayton has actually failed to exceed in 6 of his last 10 games, including in 2 straight games. Additionally, this aligned Ayton has failed to exceed in 60% of his last 20 games. And on the season, this aligned Ayton has failed to exceed in nearly 60% of the games he's played. And a line that last season, Deandre Ayton failed to exceed in close to 60% of the games he played as well. Additionally, the Los Angeles Lakers will be playing on a back-to-back after facing off in a very close game versus the Toronto Raptors, in which Ayton played nearly 32 minutes. So we aren't expecting a lot of overall productivity from Deandre Ayton as well as the Los Angeles Lakers, and for them to pretty much go under on a lot of their lines, especially being on the road with travel. Now, Deandre Ayton and the Los Angeles Lakers will be on the road facing off against a Boston Celtics defense that this season has been pretty solid overall when it comes to defending against their opponents' PRA totals, not allowing too many points, rebounds, or assists from their opponents overall. When it comes to defending against the opponent's center position, the Boston Celtics are not as good defensively, but still not giving up too much total PRA overall. Here's Boston's defensive numbers against opponent power forwards for those who want to see that as well. Overall, coming into this game, we don't like Deandre Ayton, especially coming off of a back-to-back in which he played significant minutes for him to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. Now, taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see that Deandre Ayton is getting a solid dose of minutes per game over his last 10 games, near 29 minutes per game. And while he is shooting pretty efficiently from the field, 76% field goal shooting, he is not getting up that many attempts over his last 10 games, 9 attempts per game. And with Luka Doncic being out, we do expect this number to fall, as Luka was very good overall getting Ayton the ball and facilitating and playmaking for him. So overall, coming into this game, we don't like Deandre Ayton to have plenty of opportunity, especially coming off a back-to-back to reach this line. On his career, Ayton has been a solid contributor for his teams this season, 15-8 and under 1 assist per game, not a playmaker at all pretty much, and coming into this game against a Boston Celtics defense that is pretty good overall defending against opponent bigs, and the Lakers again being back-to-back on the road with travel, we don't like Deandre Ayton to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. So for all these reasons, we'll be taking Deandre Ayton for less than 29.5 PRA. If you're new to the channel, take a moment to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can have early access to our picks as soon as we post and before the lines get bumped. Also, take a moment and hit that like button. We do have a like goal for this video, and if this video gets above 200 likes, we will be dropping bonus picks in our next video. And again, if the picks in this video weren't enough for you and you'd like access to even more picks, click our link in the description below to gain access to the outlet. These guys are the premier sports betting community, and right now you can gain access to them for 15% off when you use code BLITZ. These guys will get you right, so go give them a look. We thank you for watching. We thank you to all of our channel members and for all of your recent support. Also do us a nice little favor by hitting that hype button as well, and we'll see you in our next video.